Hi and welcome, Don Giannetti, Lighting Essentials, lighting-essentials.com. It's a place where we talk about commercial, corporate, and editorial photography. We're going to look at 4 exceptional pour shots from the Project 52 folks. These are great shots. I hope you enjoy them. We're going to start off with Eric Weaver's wine photograph, pouring wine, which is really kind of fun here. And you can see got a little halo back behind the glass. You can see the wine pouring right straight out into the glass. We captured all of the movement in here and just froze it with very short duration flash speeds. Eric is actually pouring the wine with his right hand and firing his camera with the left hand, which is kind of fun. And you'll notice that the sparkles here in the wine are real poppy. And that's because, let's look at the setup shot, we've got a head coming, a strobe head coming right at the pouring wine. And that is, it's turned way down. Both these lights are way down because we're shooting right into them. But that really freezes the action, as you can see. Nice little highlights all along the edge. All the poppy little highlights on the bubbles here. It's really, really cool. Now, Eric's got a sheet of translum here, and this is a diffusion material used for scrims. It's a pro photography piece of equipment. You can get it at B&H or Adorama or any of those places. Amazon may even carry it. It's called translum. So he's got that pulled down for the shot. He's just got it up here so you can see the strobe head with the red gel behind it. Very, very close to the translum. Let's go back to the shot. You can see the hot spot right in the middle. You can see the red kind of fading off here in that shot, but providing the backlight so we can see through the wine. Second strobe popping here. Camera is aimed from this direction, and Eric is standing right here pouring the wine with his right hand and shooting with the left hand. I believe Eric said it took about 40 shots to get that pour. Nicely done. Next up is Frank Grisha with a good solid beer shot. And today is April 6th. Tomorrow is April 7th, 2017, which is National Beer Day. So celebrate that. We've got Frank Grisha's beer shot here, which is nicely done. Got a nice head on it. Notice how Frank brings the light on the head of the beer from this side and gives us a brighter highlight down this side. It really is kind of fun. And that's because the strobe, the soft light coming through the scrim on this side, is catching the inside of the glass over here, and he's letting it be brighter. Really kind of nice. I like the little pour back here as the liquid misses the glass. It's kind of fun. I thought it was really a little bit different and kind of fun. So here's the lighting setup. We have a background here of medium gray. He's got a snoot set up to aim that highlight that you see in the shot here is from a snoot back here. The bottle's clamped with the bottom cut off, and he's pouring the beer through the back of the bottle. You get a more controlled pour that way, and it's much easier to get the head of beer. It's much easier to keep the bottle in the same position that you want it in. It's got a large piece of translum here, with the main strip light coming from back here just to open up the bottle a little bit, and a highlight strip box behind the beer. As you can see, it sits way behind. And that is giving that nice little edge to the beer. Let's go back up and see it. That is giving this and that little poppy edge right down the side of it. So Frank has got a very nicely done, very subtly creative set going on here. 2 little strip lights, a snoot, and a clamp bottle. Really well done. Next up is Michael Klein here. Michael gave us a shot from below, which is something I don't think I see very often. I think he did a great job with it. The label of the beer is, or the pear juice or whatever this is, beautifully lit. We get the pour here, and we're looking up at the glass. So it's kind of a very dynamic point of view. And something I always saying to photographers is, show me something I haven't seen before. This is something you rarely see shot that way. And it makes a very dynamic, exciting photograph. Let's see how Michael lit it. He's got a softbox above it, and he's shooting into the softbox. So if you look at the photograph, this white background is actually the softbox. Great way to do it. He's got a 12 by 36 softbox back here, and that's lighting the underside of the bottle. And down as he's shooting up here, I believe he said he added a white card down below. That's not in this picture, to also help with the label. But very nicely done. Also a clamp bottle. You can imagine how hard it would be to keep that bottle perfectly aligned like that. It would be super, super difficult. And so he's clamped the bottle, and the clamp bottle gives him consistency. Super nicely done, Michael Klein. Rick Savage went with a dark ale, very dark ale, and it is, it's got a nice dark foam going on here. It's got some nice dark colors. You can see the ale pouring in, and the head just clearing the top of the glass there. Rick, there's a lot of texture here in these bubbles. Nice texture up above. It does have a feeling of a nice dark stout beer. Very nicely portrayed. And of course the warm colors back here in the back really keep that going as well. Rick's got a diffuser panel with a amber gelled light behind it. He's shooting straight into the glass of beer, so that the amber, the brightest part of the gel back there, is up here, and it goes dark. It's gradient down, and as it gradients down, it gives us a nice feel all the way through it. And you can see the curve of the glass, and you can see the beautiful texture in the beer. So we've got the scrim behind it. We've got the bright light coming through the scrim. That lets us see through the beer just a little bit right up at the top here. But what it does is mainly gives us that highlight, that corona that goes around the beer at the bottom, a little bit darker, getting very bright at the top. There's a snoot on top coming straight down into the pour. Straight down, and that gives us this nice little clean highlight right on top of the head of beer, which we wouldn't have without it, because the light would be coming from the back. It would be a red light, and it would not give us the highlight and the clean whites of this head of beer. So a very subtle little play here by Rick Savage to get the top of that beer looking good. So that's 4 pour shots. Rick Savage, Mike Klein, Frank Grisha, and Eric Weaver. 4 pour shots that really did me very proud for Project 52, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Take a look at Lighting-Essentials when you get a chance, and I'll see you next time.